Pavement have released 5 studio albums, the first in 1992 and the last in 1999. They were an indie rock or alt rock band from California, and they resolutely stuck to independent labels through the whole of their career. Um, Although they fell apart acrimoniously, they have got back together twice since their dissolution for reunions. Hi, my name's Dan. So this is the 4th studio album by Pavement, and I think it's my first encounter with this album. For complicated reasons, I'm not entirely sure on that. Of course, even generally when I say I haven't heard this before, it's usually a guess. There may be some point back in 1978 when somebody played it to me and I didn't know who it was, and whatever, that sort of thing does happen. But to the best of my knowledge, this is my first encounter. And I would describe this as being alt rock slash indie rock. It's described by Acclaimed Music as being indie rock. I've got no complaint with that. It's guitar based and is, definitely kind of in the rock fields, but not kind of hard rock. But it's got, for indie, it's got kind of an emptiness behind. So a lot of indie rock, and I have to say, indie rock it's a thing that I find quite dull about indie rock is that a lot of them use the distorted guitar as what I call a curtain behind everything, and just go and then for the next chord, and it's just got this constant guitar mass, and this doesn't have that. So that's something that's in its favour. It's got a janky awkwardness to it, which is interesting. So it's sometimes it's as if they're jamming, and so they're just kind of making it up as they go along. Sometimes they're making, there's errors, there's fluffs, there's bits of loose timing in here. Some of it has got bits that are discordant, but there's some nice interplay between the two guitars, particularly. The vocals are mostly by Stephen Malkmus, a couple of tracks by Scott Canberg. I hope I pronounced those wrong. So most of the vocals, I'm talking here predominantly about Stephen Malkmus. It's somewhere between singing and talking, and this ranges from mostly talking to mostly singing. And again, there's a kind of awkwardness to it. It wanders in its tuning, and it's kind of awkward in its timing with the words. And I talk about all this awkwardness and stuff, and it might give you the impression that I think that is lacking in skill, but I'm not convinced that it's because they can't do it. I think it's because this is a deliberate awkwardness that they're bringing to it. And the reason why I say that is because the way that I respond to it is that it's got a kind of certain something to it. It's got some attraction to it. Songs about, what? I've got no clue. I did find the words occasionally interesting, but none of it really kind of stuck in my head as this is a song about leaves or something like that. So, but nothing that kind of also struck me as being, oh, here we go again, kind of lyrics. So actually, I quite liked it, but I confess I am finding it hard to put my finger on why. I think it's got something different to other stuff. Now, I did look back. I've done a previous Pavement review and had a similar thing. It was like indie rock, but there's a little bit of interestingness to it, and that's what I think how I would position this as well. So that's what I think of this album. As always, I'd love to know what you think of this album, though. So please do let me know by leaving me a comment. And that's it from me for now.
Oh, welcome to my friends. This house is a home, and a home's where I belong, where the feelings are warm and the foundations are strong. If my soul has a shape, well, then it is an ellipse, and this slap is a gift, 'cause your cheeks have lost their luster.